Oh my goodness, that's another one, man! Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Mezco Toys action figure review on the Mezco Toys 1/12 Collective Batman from the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice movie. If you're trying to pick this up, you can get it right here. Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. So I know this figure came out a little while ago. I have been wanting it for a while, just had to wait till I had enough money to get it, and now I finally have it. So I'm very stoked about this. Can't wait to open it. And on the side right there, it looks really cool with the BVS. And on the back, you see some product shot looking really cool. And then BVS again, and it says 1/12 Collective on the top, and not much more at the bottom. And then you get the sleeve, and you just remove it right there. So it changes on the very back. You just get that large image of the Batman. And then if we open this up, it has this little magnetic piece inside here and here holding it together. You get this little film right there protecting the plastic. You can see the figure inside, and then we get this nice spot varnished Bat logo right there. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Mezco Batman out of the packaging, and this thing is one badass son of a Martha. I absolutely love this figure. I wish I'd picked it up earlier. If I had gotten it last year, it definitely would have made my top 10 action figures of 2016. This is actually my favorite Batfleck figure in my collection already. I love this piece. It really is a 6-inch scale Hot Toy figure, but even better, I like it more than the Hot Toys Batfleck figure. We get a lot of accessories with this guy. I mean, damn, just looking at the suit and everything, it's just really cool. I love the articulation on it. Again, the cape, a little finicky, you know, a bit to deal with. It's a very large cape, but I still like it. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at Batman. So this type of base and stand has become pretty standard for Mezco Toys, which I like. I think these are pretty cool. We get a nice clean BVS logo right there. You get the little port that sticks out so you can have him standing on this. Nothing really at the bottom. And you can switch this out with a posable stand right here, which I think is great. What I tend to do is just pop this out by going like that, and then just remove that right there. And then we can just plug that in, and it stays in fairly securely. And you can see that we have this joint at the very bottom. You can tighten that up with a screwdriver if you'd like. Now you can just clamp this piece on, just put this on, and then you have the clamp. That's what I meant to say. Or you can take this whole section and you can put it on like so, and then put this whole piece on, and then we have these little bendy wires right here with these little clips for the cape, which is great. And you get a bunch of these ports right there. We actually have more ports than we do have the wires. These things are cool, but at the same time they could be a little annoying. I think they've improved on them since they first, you know, started making these figures, but you know, it's still a little finicky, but I'm also very happy to have it. And just to note, out of the 5 of them, we get 3 of the shorter ones right there, and we get 2 of the longer ones. I actually prefer using just the 3 shorter ones. I just find that a little bit easier for me to use. And then Mezco's given us a multifarious assortment of accessories, which I really dig a lot. We get 8 interchangeable hands. We get a pair of fisted hands, a pair of relaxed hands. For his right hand, we get a grapple gun holding hand, and then for his left hand, we get the brand holding hand or the tear gas bomb holding hand right there. And then we get these added batarang holding hands that come with batarangs attached to them, and I think this is awesome. I really dig this a lot. I love the innovation in this. I think it's a really cool idea. Of course, we still get loose batarangs, which I'll show in a second, but you know, it just makes things a little bit easier having these batarangs already attached to the hands like this. And I think all the hands are painted and sculpted out very nicely too. If you could see the details right here, there's not just one solid color for these. I really dig this a lot. You can see the nice sculpted detail in there. Get a little bit of gray on the hands. You can see the gray right there. You get some nice gold. And then you can attach a batarang to one of these relaxed hands. So you just slip that right there. Then looking at the brand right over here, I think that looks really cool too. I'm very happy with that. Just to show how it goes into the hand, you just put this right through here and it fits in between the fingers. So that's very cool. If you want him holding this guy, that'll work as well. So that works out very nicely. We have the grapple gun holding hand right there. And then the grapple gun looks very cool itself. I love all the little paint detail that we're seeing on this thing. Very well done. Really digging it, man. Very cool. Nice little black dots painted right there on the handle. The gunmetal looks great. Man, this is sick. And then you could actually put different grapples in here. So you could put this one in there like that. Then you could see that you could put this one in there. And these two kind of fit in there a little bit loose. And then you get this extended one that has a string attached to it. It's a little bit tricky getting it in there, or maybe it was for me just the first time. But as you can see, I'm putting it in there. And it's not too difficult. You just have to make sure. It's so small, so you have to really make sure that you're angling it in there correctly. Because if you put it in there at any kind of angle, it's just going to make it more difficult. There it goes. So you can see it's a very tight fit, but yeah, I like this string. Very cool.
And then you get the little grapple hook at the very end right there, looking very nice. Now pulling this out is always just a little bit scary because I don't know how else to do it, but to just yank, yeah, there you go. It's nice and strong, very cool. Then just to see how it fits into the grapple gun holding hand, you can see it fits in perfectly right there. It does not have storage though. That's one thing I kind of miss from this, is that usually these have like a little clip right here where you could take this piece and just add it to the side, but you can't do that with this one, which actually really isn't that big of a bummer for me since we already have a spare right on the side like that. And then of course we get our little Ziploc bag if you want to put all your accessories in the bag, which actually helps. Them porting these hands on and taking them off is not very difficult at all. I really like that you can actually get this figure holding the grenade launcher that came with the armored Batman. As you can see right here, it fits into his hand fairly easily, and I did take some pictures of it. As you can see, looks pretty cool. I like this. Now the figure comes with 2 head sculpts, and I do like them both. This is not bad at all. I do think it looks like Ben Affleck, or the lower half of Ben Affleck's face anyway. I think it looks pretty good. The eyes look alright, even though I do think the right eye is looking a little bit more towards the center than the left, just slightly cockeyed, but not a huge deal for me. It doesn't really bother me too much. Tiny splash of flesh tone right there, so I guess I'll just pick that off with an X-Acto knife. And I do like the flesh tone. I guess it could have used a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, but yeah, it's not too bad. I do like the wrinkles around the eyes and everything. I think that looks very cool. My gripe here though is that I wish that they'd kept this nice texturing right here for the rest of the cowl. That would have been nice if it was more consistent. As you'll see on the rest of the figure, you get this nice leathery texture, and this is just a little bit more smoother than I'd like to see. You know, I just like it to be more consistent, but the short little bat ears right there, and it's not looking too shabby. These are all very minor complaints, to be honest with you. I really do like the piece a lot. Then here's the alternate head sculpt, which I think I like a little bit more. I don't know, I like them both. They both really look like Ben Affleck. I really like this one, especially with the detail of having the teeth underneath there and everything. You can see a little extra piece of paint. I just got that off, that's cool. Right on, so not too bad. Now looking at the rest of his suit, oh man, this is awesome. This is the color that they should have gone with for Hot Toys. I just have to keep comparing this to Hot Toys because this is at that same quality level, but we're just looking at the 1/12 scale instead of the 1/6 scale, and man, this is just great. And the durability of this suit is just so much better than what we see from Hot Toys 2. Just think this looks fantastic. Man, if really, I love this. I'm serious, man. I'm very, very happy with this figure. But I always like to look for complaints, you know? It makes for a fun review, right? Like, here's a little gripe of mine. Like, he gets these wings right here. So this suit isn't as form-fitting as I think it could be, but at the same time, I love that I could articulate it the way I'd like to. So, you know, that's something that kind of bothers me just a tiny bit. But I think that's part of the reason why this suit is so durable. Man, it looks so good. This is an awesome figure. I'm looking at the gloves right over here, or the forearms anyway. Looks really nice. Get the little gold right there. Nice black over the gold too. Again, the hands have that slight touch of gray on them. I'm really digging that. You can put multiple batarangs in these too, you know? I think that's pretty sweet. Now looking at the belt right here, you want to be careful to make sure that you shift this down properly. I've seen some people post images online where this is kind of shifted up and it makes the figure look a little stocky, and I don't really like that so much. So I prefer to try to shift the belt down as much as I can, but I love how the gold paint came out on this. You get a little bit of a wash over it too. I think it looks really good. Then there's the back of it. I guess you could remove it if you want to. I don't want to try to. And I just realized right now that he has this little port right here. So I guess maybe we can just port on the grapple gun like so. Yep, there's a little port for it right there. So I did miss that, but luckily caught it before you know, the stuck-up dork chimed in. So there we go. That's very awesome. I didn't see that coming. That's really cool. Thank you, Mezco Toys. That's really awesome. There's a bat butt, you know, compared to the Hot Toys bat butt. That's a lot more normal. Now, I think the thighs are a little on the big side on this figure. I don't know. I just feel like they're just a little too hefty. It just looks slightly out of proportion to me, but, you know, it would be a fair argument if you did not agree with me on that, so I'm not going to fight that tooth and nail. Now, looking at the boots right there, that looks awesome. I really like the sculpted lines in there. Nice steel toe boots, or the gold tip boots anyway. And he does have nice tread sculpted at the bottom of those feet, and he does have peg holes at the bottom of each. Looking at the back of the figure once more, really good detail on this thing. And the cape, man, the cape is awesome. At first I was kind of irritated with the cape, and looking at it you can see we get this nice brown on it too. Nice brown dry brushing on the cape, and I really like the material. I like how the inside of it is just a little bit softer than the outside, and it's very large too. So one thing I have to recommend is when you're posing this guy around, you really want to treat the cape in a way where, like, if you just have him standing here, something like this, right? Like, you don't want to just put him there. You want to make sure that the cape is actually, you know, kind of forming around his body correctly. Like, one thing I'd like to do is just kind of, you know, make sure it's draped over his shoulder correctly like that, and then kind of like smush it down and like pet the cape down a little bit, you know, which, you know, I don't like doing that stuff for hair on some figures, but if it's a cape, you know, I don't know, I think it's all good. I try to like pet it down so it looks nice and natural, you know. So it's a very bulky cape, by the way. Checking out the span of this thing, I mean, this is pretty huge, man. Look at that. And it's very durable too, but wow, that is one heck of a cape. You can actually see it better in this photo right here. That's very impressive. So I really like the articulation on this figure. The head is on a ball joint, as you saw earlier, so you can get the head to just move up that much, but we do get other articulation over here in the torso that does help him look up also. You can't move the head downward that far. You do get side-to-side movement, and you can get a good amount, without popping it off, you can get some good head pivot right there. He does have the butterfly joint right inside there in the armpit. That's pretty sweet. Does shift up and down a little bit too. You can get the shoulders moving outward very far. You move down very far, you can move them forward. You get a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that bends in that much. You also get glove rotation right here where the whole hand will churn. You also get a swivel at the wrist, and it hinges up and down. You also get a diaphragm joint right here that churns side to side. You get diaphragm pivot, crunches forward a little bit, crunches more backward. At the waist joint, you don't really get side to side. It does just move back and forward a little bit. It does have good hip joints that move very far outward. Wow, that's very far. I do not want to stretch it out more than that. That's as far as it's ever going to need to be. You can get him to kick forward that much and back some. And again, you can move this belt up and down. You get an upper thigh cut right there. Double jointed knees. You can move the whole boot around side to side. You can move the ankle downward, upward. You can move just the foot side to side. And he does have ankle pivot. And to test the limit of those ankle and hip joints, you can see the figure standing at its widest stance possible with both feet still flat on the floor. And to measure out this figure, you can see that this Batman is standing just a little over 6.5 inches tall. Then comparing our two BVS Mezco Batman figures, you can see we have the regular Mezco Batman and the armored Mezco Batman. And I really like the height difference between these two. This one's definitely a little bit taller, as he should be. Then comparing the Mezco Batman next to the Hot Toys Batman, you can see how much better this one looks, I think, anyway. I mean, this is still a very good figure. I still really like this Batman a lot, but as far as the color goes, this is just way too dark compared to this one. This is how it should look. Then for your 6-inch Batflack comparison, we have the BVS SDCC exclusive Batman from Mattel. Then we have the Mafex Batman over here next to the Mezco. Now, what's kind of funny about these is that this is around the $20 range right here, and then this guy is twice as much as this one. This guy's about 45 bucks, and then the Mezco one is about 80 bucks, 75 bucks, something like that. So it's kind of funny. This one's twice as much as this one. This one's twice as much as that one right there. And you can really see the quality difference between the three of these. Of course, man. I mean, look at this. You got all these wobbly joints. You can see all the seams. This is seamless right here, looking incredible. And then this guy, oh geez. And then to compare this Mezco Batman to your average sized 6-inch scale figure, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. Batarang Bonanza, yeah! I think this is really cool that you can have him holding all three Batarangs in one hand. I don't remember specifically seeing him do that in the movie, but I still think it's awesome that I can pose him like this. I think that looks really cool. Again, I'm very, very happy with this piece. Yes, it's very expensive, and yeah, I had to wait a while to get it, to save up the money to get it, but man, I don't regret it at all. I'm very pleased with this piece, and I hope you guys are very pleased with my review. If you are, please hit the like button. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, man. Stick around for that sharp circle popping up at your face and hit that. Then you can subscribe. If you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when ShartimusPrime videos are coming at your face. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it's over at toynewseye.com. And I have ShartimusPrime t-shirts, music, and action figures for sale at ShartimusPrime.net/store. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Really looks how I
Was shot in your face. I said was shot in your face. I said was shot in your face. I said was shot in your face. face. I said, we're shot, we're shot, we're shot.